It's so funny because I was going to do this video about how words can affect you and how words can hurt you. And someone who I follow since the beginning of their journey has actually put this into a post. So I'm going to put the post here so you can read what she said, and I'm going to talk about it because I wanted to do this on mental health, but it's perfect that I've got another person who I can use as a perfect example. So shout out to Hazel Eden Fear. This video is featuring you. So in her first post, speaks about the names that people have called her, and one is the names that in consequence to people calling her, she now believes about herself. So the first pictures you can see here, it says that she's bony. All of these real horror, you can read them on the screen. I don't really want to read them all out loud because they're quite horrible comments to make about people, all these comments. And if you look at her, she's none of them. Look at her. She's a really attractive girl. She's not bony. She's got a great figure. There's nothing wrong with her nose. There's nothing wrong with her. And because of comments like this, look at her second post. Fat, ugly, all these things. And she didn't get that way, or none of us got that way, should I say, from our own self-criticism. I never looked in the mirror and thought, you know what? You're really fat, you're really overweight, you look horrible. I never used to criticize myself until people started to criticize me. When people started to say, oh, you're a fat fuck, you know, all the fat jokes. Oh, if Jordan jumps in the pool, there'll be no water left. Oh, if Jordan's around, he's gonna eat all the food. Oh, we can't order a pizza if Jordan's there because Jordan would finish the whole pizza. All them fat jokes, you're too fat for this. Oh, when you look at clothes and people say, oh, you couldn't wear that because you're so overweight. Oh, a curvy figure with love handles like a woman. What are you, a transvestite? These are all comments I've had. Just as Hazel's had all these comments said, horrible comments said about her, I've had all these comments said about me, and so has all of you people that are watching had the comments said about you. And the reason it is because comments, the stupidest thing is probably what this video should be called is, sticks and stones may break my bones, but comments will stay with me forever. That should be what it should be changed to, as in the expression. It used to be sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. But that's not the truth. Words hurt more than the sticks and stones. I would rather take the fucking sticks and stones and the beatings than have people say shit like that about me. Because as you can see in Hazel's post, her first post is what people said about her. And consequently, because of what people said about her, in her second post, this is what the ideas in her head she has about herself. And the reason is because what people make you think. If someone forever tells you you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're not worth this, you're worthless, you're not worthy, you shouldn't do this, you think you can do that. You can't do that. Really, you're going to try that. If someone is constantly negative, it's almost like you've got a nail and you'll hammer it in slowly till eventually the nail's hammered in. You've done the damage. You can't pull the nail out. The nail's gone. That's the same with comments. Eventually, there's going to be one comment that's going to make you snap. That's either going to make you break out into a fight, burst out into tears. There's something that's going to hit you. We all have the moments where one comment, after a while, from the 50,000 comments and the 50,000 first, you just explode. You just had enough. And it either comes out in anger or crying. It's one type of emotion it's going to come out as. And what we need to start doing is three-part thing. One, when people start making these comments, we need to name and shame. If someone makes a comment about you, calls you this, post that name on your story. Let people know who is doing that so people can boycott that person. As I've said, I've seen a lot of famous people, and I say famous because they're not famous like A-list celebrities, but in the influencer Instagram department, they're famous. And they're so negative against people. They say comments like they'll be rude, they'll be misogynistic, they'll be racist, they'll be sizist, ageist, whatever it is. And people just let them get away with it because it's like, oh, well, if they're famous or whatever, they can get away with it. Or because they have a huge following, they can offend fat people. And it's like, people need to stick up for each other. People make a racist comment about black people and you're white. Does it matter that you're white? No, you stick up for them. If you're skinny and someone makes a comment about a fat person, takes a piss out of them, are you going to think, oh, I'm skinny, I don't need to jump in? No, you jump in and you say, well, you shouldn't have actually said that, because a lot of things, what people do is they test boundaries. Someone will come into a group circle and they'll be like, oh, yeah, look at Jordan, that fat fuck. And then they look around the group. They don't look at your reaction, the person they've offended. They look for the reaction. If everyone laughs, what do? They carry on and on and on and on and on and on and keep making fat jokes consistently, constantly. And the only person that's getting hurt is you, because no one else around the circle is backing you. But when you say, as I've given an example before, when we went to a party one time where someone made a racist comment about one of my black friends, and one of my black friends, he didn't say anything. He went quiet. So I stood up for him. I said, what the fuck did you just say? And we had this massive heated argument, blah, blah, blah. I've explained this in one of my videos before, that I had this massive thing with him. And that was me sticking up for a person. What he did was made a racist comment and looked around the room to see who would laugh. And he got laughs. So what did he do? He tried to carry on. But then that one person, me, who stood up and said, hang on a minute, shut the fuck up. What did you just say about him? And then everyone's eyes were like, oh my God, like, actually his comment was really rude. And until that one person, and that person can be you, stands up for the little people, it doesn't matter what it is, race, age, ethnicity, religion, color, creed, size, whatever you're trying to back. Hey little old man, how you doing, little old man? So if you're in one of the situations where you see someone making all the comments that have been made to Hazel, myself, or anyone else on the video. Dive in. If it's Instagram, report the comment, report them, report the account, and put them up on your story for people to see. If it's in person, say, that was out of order. How would you like it if I said this about you? Then you see their face get taken back because you've offended them, and they're like, hang on a minute, that was out of order. But it wasn't out of order because you were willing to fuck that person's day up, fuck that person's mental health up, because you wanted to ridicule them for being fat and get a laugh for no reason. There's many more ways to make jokes. I'm a funny person. I make jokes all the time. I never use it at people's expense. I use humor. I don't think, okay, let me berate that fat person so everyone laughs. I find funny things that I can make as a joke. Nothing to do with people's weight. Yeah, we need to look out for each other and uplift each other. We need to stop letting people put people down, and we need to stop letting, most importantly, these comments stay with us, because all of the comments, for example, that Hazel's put up, I can tell you from secondary school, college, all the times when I was overweight and bullied, I could literally write you a fucking book about the comments that I've had. And the thing is, the reason I can tell you them like it happened yesterday is because they stay here. When someone constantly goes on, it's not positivity. If someone said to you, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best, eventually you'd start to get that hype mentality of, I'm the best. But when people say you're fat, you're worthless, they make you seem like a piece of shit. You start to believe you're the piece of shit. You start to believe the comments. Like in Hazel's second post, when she started to comment on herself. For example, people made comments about her nose, so she started to believe that her nose is bad. And it's the same with me. I don't like my nose. People probably don't know that about me. I don't like my nose. I hate my nose. People have made comments about my nose for life, and you'll probably look at the video thinking, why, what's wrong with your nose? It looks good. I don't like my nose. If I could cover up my nose or get a nose job, I probably would. I don't like it. But at the same time, people have commented on Hazel's nose. I'm thinking, looking at her, there's nothing wrong with her nose. But then subsequently, people would probably look at me when I'm sitting there thinking, God, I hate my nose. Like, it's crooked, it's got an angle on it. People think, but there's nothing wrong with your nose. And that's the thing, because people have told her and told me that our noses are shit and that our bodies are shit, we start to comment and criticize ourselves, when in reality, there's a lot of people that are watching my video, my pictures, her pictures, thinking, wow, they're really good. They're good at this, they're good at that. But you criticize yourself and tell yourself that you're not worthy, you're not worth this. So at the end of the day, we're always going to criticize ourselves. But the reason isn't because we criticize ourselves. The reason is because people have put the criticism there. You don't think that your waist is shit, your nose is big, your hairline's receding, your beard is shit, your clothing choice is shit, your teeth are crooked. No one thinks that about themselves until someone points it out. Until someone says, look at your bottom tooth, it's really crooked. And then everyone goes, then that person will go, oh my God, my tooth's crooked. Like, hey, look, someone's getting a Just Eat delivery. Do you see that? Someone's picking up, look, getting that food. It's literally 25 past, well, no, it's 20 past 9, sorry. So I don't know what food they're ordering. Probably a McDonald's breakfast or something. Yeah, to take away from this, if you see people attacking people, defend them. If someone calls you a name, just remember that they are offending you out of their own insecurity. That person that's saying that you got crooked teeth, they don't like their nose. That person that says, look at your receding hairline, they got a small dick. Hey, he's back, look. Why is he putting the food back in the bag? Hey, if they didn't take that order, I will take that order. That person that says, oh, look, he has a weird curved spine, that person has a fucked up looking ear. Everyone has something that you could criticize about them. Everyone has something that you could ridicule about them. Everyone has something. That's the key takeaway. Everyone has something that they don't like about themselves. But the people who berate other people are the people who don't like themselves the most. One of the guys who used to berate me the most was short as fuck. I'm 6'2" now. I didn't realize at the time he had a short man complex. He was short. He's shorter than my sister. He was a tiny little man who used to offend me for being overweight all the time. Now I'm older. I understand that his insecurity was his height. And that's why he constantly didn't used to leave me alone about my weight. And now I see it in him. But at the time I didn't see it. At the time I just used to take the weight comments and think, wow, now I'm older. I can understand, okay, because he's a little short ass prick that just wanted to offend me because he would never be taller than the size of a fucking cat. But it's about understanding that these people are coming at you for a reason. These people are trying to bring you down for a reason. When people see you doing good, they want to grab onto you and drag you back down and think, you know what? That person's becoming an influencer, but you're fat. This person's becoming a movie star, but you can't act. This person's becoming a teeth model, but you got crooked teeth. Everyone wants to pull you down because they're not doing it. If that person's not getting £1 million and you're getting £1 million, well, you got £1 million, but you're overweight and fat, so no one will ever love you. They want to put you down. At the end of the day, they're never going to earn the same amount as you, and you can lose that weight, be thin, and still have the millions. But You need to focus on you. You need to stop ignoring all of these shitty comments that people are making, because all they do is drag you down to the depths of depression. That is it, the depths of depression. It will drag you down. You will start to hate life. You'll start to look at yourself in a different way. So just make sure you don't let people impact on your life as heavily as it has on Hazel's, mine, and the people that are watching it. Make sure you're uplifting people. Even if it's something as little as defending someone, you don't know what impact that will have. If someone stood up for me when people used to call me fat, I might not be as insecure as I am now. My anxiety may not be as high as it is now. But at the end of the day, people didn't. But from people not doing it, it has given me the opportunity to come forward to say, listen, we need to support each other. So in a way, me not being supported was shit at the time, but good in the long run, because now I can help other people who have been in the same position as me. So I like it in that regard. If I could go back in time and not be bullied, I wouldn't be bullied. But if I had to be bullied in order to get to this point where I could stop people being bullied, then thank you, Lord, I will take that. Because if I can stop people going through what I went through, or what Hazel's gone through, or whoever's watching this video's gone through, that will be the best outcome from what has happened in my life. So if we all band together, people couldn't bully. When that one bully is bullying and everyone's laughing and joining in, that's why the bully carries on, because it's kind of like a comedian. When you laugh at the comedian's joke, he's going to keep going. If the bully wasn't getting laughs for bullying, he would have to change his tactics. He's not getting the satisfaction from the bullying, he'll change his attitude. But because no one stops the bully carries on. So yeah, love and peace as always. Make sure you protect people, and yeah, stop making these nasty comments and stop letting them affect you, because it's just from insecure people. Love and peace.